His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa issued Decree number 67 of 2024 establishing the Council for Developing Mechanisms for Resolving International Commercial Disputes in Bahrain based on a proposal from the Prime Minister and following the approval of the Cabinet. His Majesty the King also issued Decree number 69 of 2024 restructuring the Bahrain National Commission for Education, Science and Culture based on a proposal from the Prime Minister and following the approval of the Cabinet. The Bahrain National Commission for Education, Science and Culture shall be restructured under the presidency of the Minister of Education with the following members: Under Secretary for Policies, Strategies and Performance at the Ministry of Education, President of Bahrain Authority for Culture and Antiquities, Secretary General of the Higher Educational Council, Head of Bahrain's Diplomatic Mission to France, CEO of the National Communication Center, CEO of Bahrain Tourism and Exhibitions Authority, CEO of Bahrain Institute for Pearls and Gemstones, Danat, Assistant Under Secretary for Sustainable Development at the Ministry of Sustainable Development. Decree number 44 of 2009 restructuring the Bahrain National Commission for Education, Science and Culture is repealed, along with any provisions that contradicts the terms of this decree. His Majesty also issued Decree number 70 of 2024 appointing an ambassador to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs based on the proposal from the Minister of Foreign Affairs and following the approval of the Cabinet. Yusuf Ahmed Abdullah Ahmed shall be appointed as an ambassador to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa issued Decree number 71 of 2024 appointing 2 Director Generals at the Survey and Land Registration Bureau based on the proposal from the Prime Minister and following the approval of the Cabinet. The following appointments shall be made at the Survey and Land Registration Bureau: Diana Faisal Sarhan as Director General of Resources and Information Systems and Ammar Rashid Al Khashram as Director General of Land Registration. His Majesty the King also issued Decree number 72 of 2024 appointing an Under Secretary to the Ministry of Municipalities Affairs and Agriculture based on a proposal from the Ministry of Municipalities Affairs and Agriculture and following the approval of the Cabinet. Asim Abdul Latif Abdullah shall be appointed as the Under Secretary for Animal Wealth Resources at the Ministry of Municipalities Affairs and Agriculture. His Majesty also issued Decree number 73 of 2024 appointing an Under Secretary at the Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning based on a proposal from the Minister of Housing and Urban Planning and following the approval of the Cabinet. Fatma Ibrahim Khalifa Al-Manna'i shall be appointed as the Under Secretary at the Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning. His Majesty also issued Decree number 74 of 2024 appointing a CEO at the Real Estate Regulatory Authority based on a proposal from the Prime Minister and following the approval of the Cabinet. Ibrahim Mohammed Abul shall be appointed as the CEO of the Real Estate Regulatory Authority. The Minister of Municipalities Affairs and Agriculture, Engineer Wael Mbarak, affirmed that the new housing regulations aligns with rapid urban changes and address beneficiaries' needs to expand and optimize building spaces. He emphasized the need to maintain collaboration among entities to improve the legislative framework and achieve developmental goals. He noted that these regulations were coordinated between the Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning and the Ministry of Municipalities Affairs and Agriculture, with inputs from the building permit heads in the capital municipality and the 3 municipalities. He added that the regulations developed in collaboration with the municipal councils in the 4 governorates considered experts' opinions and council proposals while addressing urban development. The minister explained that the regulatory requirements outlined in Resolution 76 of 2018 have been re-evaluated and the new regulations for residential units and buildings have been approved, easing the process of obtaining building permits to meet citizens' needs.
Continuous efforts are being exerted in Bahrain to develop government services, facilitate their procedures, and modernize their mechanisms in all sectors, which extended to the development of the legislative system according to a legal institutional methodology that develops legislative performance and improves the quality of national outputs and achievements. One of these efforts is to keep up with the rapid urbanization of Bahrain. The Ministry of Municipalities Affairs and Agriculture and the Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning, represented by the heads of the building licensing departments in the capital municipality and the 3 municipalities, in partnership with the Municipal Council and the 4 governorates, issued the regulatory requirements and housing projects areas and the guide regulating them after research studies and specialized reports. By adopting the new requirements for housing units, plots and buildings under the Ministry of Housing and in cooperation and coordination with the Ministry of Municipalities Affairs as the licensing authority, the Kingdom of Bahrain continues to develop its housing projects. The issuance of regulatory requirements is proof that the constructive and integrated work between the institutions and entities concerned with the housing sector contributes to facilitating the services provided to citizens in accordance with the best international practices.
The Minister of Social Development, Osama Al-Asfour, led Bahrain's delegation in Geneva, presenting the initial reports on the optional protocols to the Convention on the Rights of the Child. The Minister highlighted Bahrain's progress in children's rights and implementing agreements guided by the Royal Vision. He highlighted Bahrain's achievements in adhering to the Convention on the Rights of the Child and its protocols, emphasizing the Kingdom's commitment to childhood's issues. The Minister discussed a national campaign against online exploitation launched with the government partners to educate children and parents. He also mentioned the creation of a Child Rights Commissioner within the Independent National Institution for Human Rights, serving as a monitor of the National Childhood Committee. Al-Asfour affirmed Bahrain's leading achievements in child rights through new legislation protecting children from armed conflict, while committee members acknowledged the significant progress Bahrain has made in supporting child rights. Startup Bahrain, the leading platform for startups in Bahrain, supported by Tamkeen, hosted its highly anticipated Startup Bahrain Pitch Series at Youth City 2030 in the presence of the Minister of Youth Affairs, Rawan Tawfiqi, the CEO of Tamkeen, Maha Mufiz, and the Group CEO of Bahrain Development Bank, Dalal Al-Qais. The event was organized in collaboration with key industry stakeholders, including the Ministry of Industry and Commerce, Tamkeen, Bahrain Economic Development Board, and BDB. The event showcased 5 Bahraini startups presenting their innovative ideas to a panel of experienced local and regional judges. After carefully evaluating each startup, the judges awarded first place to Arabic Quest and second place to Nemo. The participating entrepreneurs had undergone a training program aimed at developing the fundamentals of attracting startups and learning how to present their projects to investors and specialists in the field of entrepreneurship. The Assistant Professor of Medicine at Arabian Gulf University and Consultant of Internal Diseases, Infectious Diseases, Aging and Infection Control, Dr. Jamila Salman, announced that registration is now open for the second edition of the International Conference on Resistant Microbes and Infectious Diseases. This event will also feature a workshop focused on antimicrobials. Dr. Salman announced that the International Conference on Resistant Microbes and Infectious Diseases will take place from September the 19th to the 22nd, organized by the Infectious Diseases Association of the Bahrain Medical Society in collaboration with Education Plus. The conference will feature key speakers including experts, academics, and consultants in the field. The Bahrain Institute for Political Development, in collaboration with the Muharraq Municipal Council, successfully concluded 2 workshops aimed at enhancing municipal work. The workshops were part of a national awareness program designed for employees of the capital municipality and municipal councils to strengthen their capabilities and improve municipal operations. The first workshop focused on speech and presentation skills, covering key concepts and terminology in the art of public speaking. The second workshop covered municipal law and councils, teaching participants public speaking and presentation techniques. Key topics included defining objectives, planning, developing content, and structuring introductions, bodies, and conclusions. The Meteorological Directorate announced that it expects a temporary weather improvement in Bahrain by the weekend, with northwesterly winds starting tomorrow, August the 29th. The Directorate added that the northwesterly winds will significantly reduce humidity, which has been high since early August following the retreat of the البحرين winds. The winds are expected to remain strong through mid-next week, causing dust and higher sea waves, then gradually ease. The Bahrain Tourism and Exhibitions Authority plays a crucial role in supporting restaurant tourism and attracting international restaurants to the Kingdom of Bahrain. The authority provides the necessary facilities and services to help restaurants thrive and cater to tourists to diverse nationalities. More in this report.
The Kingdom of Bahrain is actively stimulating restaurant tourism through the efforts of the Bahrain Tourism and Exhibitions Authority by attracting international restaurants, thereby appealing to food lovers. Bahrain's restaurant industry has seen a surge in unique and artistically designed eateries, attracting top international design firms to create unique dining experiences. These restaurants highlight Bahrain's growing tourism potential and success. The Kingdom's effort to develop its restaurant scene extended beyond attracting international design firms. The Kingdom of Bahrain has also partnered with Tamkeen to provide training programs for Bahraini chefs to showcase and further promote Bahraini cuisine as a unique brand.